We're going to go live shortly. Hang with us for a minute. Good evening, Texas bikers all across the nation and the world. This is Texas Biker Radio News. My name is Butch Popeye Moss. I'm with Sons of Liberty Riders MC, National President, also creator, along with the OG, Texas Biker Radio News. So we've been around about 10 or 12 years, and we're constitutionalists, strict constitutionalists, and in case any of you people are new out there that don't know who we are and what we've done in the past, but maybe here on a future podcast we'll go over all that. Now, that picture up there at the top, that was, I'm going to show you a bigger screen of it. Now, I heard Newt Gingrich the other day, and he was talking about, he negatively, about we could still lose this. I'm going to explain to you what a loss would be right now and quickly. Our military is out there doing the job. We don't need any naysayers here at home. We've got plenty that are being paid to do that. You could say Code Pink and other organizations that are being paid and funded by the Chinese, CCP. Yeah. So we had the George H. Bush aircraft carrier heading to Iran for another phase of the operation. They have a mission that is important. We may talk about that, may not. I don't know why I want to give up information like the media does. I've seen it again and again. CNN is the biggest culprit, along with the rest of others. MSNBC, ABC, CBS, yeah, and Times, if even Fox. Just maybe we don't need to know everything, every step. What we need to do is let our military do the job. And part of the job, in my view, is we don't stop till there's regime change, a regime that will be an asset instead of a liability, a regime that's not looking to kill Jews, not willing to kill Americans, like they've been doing for 47 years and even longer with Israel. But now the IRGC, I'm sorry, I've got a horse. I've had a cold all week. But that's no excuse. That's no excuse. So we have all this junk going on. And right now, it's been reported that many of the IRGC are abandoning their post because, Iran is in trouble. They're not going to be able to survive what's heading at them. Because right now, the IRGC is getting no paid and neither is the average Iranian citizen. There's no pay, there's no food, there's no fuel, they have no fuel, and many of them in the IRGC is saying, it's over, it's over. The Islamic Republic is finished. And many of them are getting the hell out of Dodge, and they're laying down their weapons, and they're certainly not obeying commands because they're not getting paid, they have no fuel, they have no food. And it's also been reported, well, I haven't substantiated this, but then again, the media out there is trying to throw the Ayatollahs and all those IRGC folks, they're trying to throw them a lifeline. So, yeah. So the latest report is that the latest Khamenei, the son of Ayatollah Khamenei, and I guess he's a Ayatollah little Khamenei, we understand that he was injured. He was injured. And we understand that he's lost a leg. And now we're hearing that he's in a coma in a hospital. Now, the RGC, and listen to this though, the hospitals will not treat the ordinary Iranian citizen. They won't treat them. If they're wounded because of the IRGC, and yeah, there's still some around that are taking pot shots at the citizens when they get out to protest. The hospitals will not take them, but they will take the IRGC wounded. And apparently, that's where the little Ayatollah is at, in a coma. That's not substantiated, but let's hope and pray that that's true. Because it's just another cog in the wheel that's gone. So, yeah. And you know, one of the things I want to say is the people out there that are trying to throw these people, these terrorists, a lifeline. One of them is this gal right here. That's CNN's reporter, Sarah Snyder. And she was saying, what gives us the right to go after Iranians and the Ayatollah and them? What gives us the right? I'll tell that bitch what the real reason, and it gives us the right because they've been attacking us for 47 frickin' years. They have murdered American citizens, kidnapped them, everything, raped them, everything else you can think of for 47 years. Yeah, we have the right because we're fed up with it. And the American people should be fed up with CNN and others like them. They should be fed up. And I'm sure there's people out there like me that are fed up with it. And they're fed up with Democrats trying to throw them a lifeline. And they've done it again and again and again over 47 frickin' years. Is that clear, Sarah? Is that clear? Is what I'm saying. You want to find out what's going on? Watch Tusi TV. Watch TBN, Boots on the Ground. Yeah. Those people will tell you the truth. But we understand that the Australia president lied to Donald Trump. he said he was going to give these Iranian soccer players, these women, asylum. So what we heard was 5 of them got away from the Iranian guard, and it was, or the IRGC guards that were watching them there. 5 of them escaped. The IRGC watchdogs were chasing them around the hotel. They managed to go down a flight of stairs, or flights of stairs, with them in pursuit. And they got down to the parking lot and got away because of the chaos that was going on, because these Iranian guards, IRGC guards, were in the lobby, and they were wondering what would happen to them if these kids escaped, and they did. So the rest of them that were forced to stay behind with threats to their families, when they were being taken away, they were given signals with their phones, SOS, SOS. They had changed their minds. They didn't want to go back. But yet, Australia let it happen. And there's no telling us what will happen to them. They'll either be imprisoned, they'll certainly be raped, because that's what they do to people that they think are traitors, especially the women. But where are all these women's right groups around here in this country? Why aren't they raising hell? Oh, hell no. They want to give them a lifeline, told us in the IRGC. It's incredible, everybody. It's incredible. But I'm going to play you a video here of a woman that has had experience with in Iran when she lived there. So we're going to listen to her, and should be interesting for everybody. Let me make some switches here. Yeah. All right, here we go.
Give you my point of view as a person who comes from Islamic country, Islamic family, Islamic culture. Rape is part of Islam. It says, O Prophet, tell your wives and your daughters and the women of the believers to bring down over themselves of their outer garments. That is more suitable, that they will be known and not be abused. And ever is Allah forgiving and merciful. Surah 33, verse 59. Cover yourself so you will be known and not abused. If this is not fact to you, if this is not proof for you, I have no idea what it is. Based on this surah, based on all the hadith, not only having a sex slave is allowed in Islam, also they make sure to cover their own women as Muslim women so they be known, so those who are not covered are okay to be abused. Please stop this fight. Stop denying the fact. Rape is definitely part of Islam. I really hope you do read these verses, these hadith, because I really don't care how many times who's going to say Islam was hijacked. The point is, today at this very moment, they hijacked Islam as what's taking over West. So if you want to stop it, if you want to keep your freedom, I really suggest you start educating yourself. If you don't know your enemy, you can't fight your enemy. I'm going to give
Yeah. Incredible, everybody. Incredible. This happens to women all the time over there. But listen to this woman that lives in the UK. Boy, she pissed. She lives in the UK. This is interesting. So get ready. Here we go. Let me... hang on a minute, I gotta get this right. It's not coming up right. Oh, here we go. All right.
How much taxes I pay? Like, why am I living in a country where I hate being here? I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate London. I despise it. I'm not safe. I'm not protected. I'm the one who's constantly out there in the world. Oh, you're a monster, you're a Nazi, you're a racist, you're a xenophobe. Be kind. Fuck off, be kind. Fuck off. I didn't live 41 years of my life working hard, dragging myself up from a working class family to get where I am, to pay this tax. And my thanks is to be name called, have my car bashed in, groped, mugged, outpriced from the housing market. Fuck off. That's how I feel. That's how a lot of people out there are feeling, which is why people are leaving. And 5 years, even 2 years ago, it wasn't this bad. You know how much...
Now, the UK is in terrible trouble. They have and still are bringing Islamists into their country. They're taking over in certain areas of London to the point they get out on the street, they block the street, put their butts in the air, and pray. I don't mind prayer as much, but they shouldn't be blocking traffic. But they really need to pray to the true God. Not this made-up fictional character, ayatollahs and all these mullahs and everybody else that believe it's their destiny to kill Jews, Americans, and the people around the world and force them into Islam. And yeah, we have people in this country here that are saying, hey, it's okay. It's okay. So, yeah. Now we're hearing this, listen to this, in the UK. This is a former royal insider. Well, I'm going to let her speak for herself. This is crazy stuff. Here we go, everybody. Here we go.
Will tell me off camera they believe King Charles is a Muslim.
Wow. Who told you that?
I won't say. It was someone very, very high up. But I've been warned, don't talk about Islam, it's not safe.
Well, nothing's safe now.
I've had people tell me off camera they believe King Charles is a Muslim.
Wow. Who told you?
I'm sorry I didn't turn my audio back on. Here, that was incredible that she said that the king is now a Muslim. So he's gone from a Christian to a Muslim by this lady's comments. And she was up in the hierarchy. She was, I guess, one of their staff. And she ought to know. But then again, I think there needs to be an investigation, because if the royal family has been taking gifts from Islam, from the CCP, maybe they might be traitors, along with Keir Starmer, who's been allowing all these people to come into the country. So yeah. London and Great Britain is in trouble. Not to mention they got 6 destroyers and they could only put 1 to sea, and that happened today. And of course, when they offered an aircraft carrier, Donald Trump told them to kiss off. We don't need anybody to come in late in the game and claim that they were part of the winners. Just saying, everybody. Just saying. But if you want to be pissed off at something, be pissed off about that. So, I want you to look at this, everybody. This one is an interesting one. It gets your attention, too. Let's listen to this one, everybody.
Oh boy just took this out. Look at him. He's still dragging everything. Holy crap. Sprinkler system's going off now. Holy crap. Look at him. Look at him pulling that. He just kept going. He didn't stop either. Oh yeah. Yeah. This is Walmart, Trenton Avenue. Wow. We were under that and we were scared, man. That was crazy. Can you believe that? That was crazy. I was.
You know, I hope like hell that they caught that guy. Incredible. But this was I got something else to show you. Transportation Secretary Duffy has something to say about this. This keeps happening. I don't know when that happened, but this is Transportation Secretary Duffy's comment. Let's go.
Those are the three states that have not complied with this rule. We are going to give these states 30 days to come into compliance with truck drivers speaking proficiently the English language, or we're going to look at federal funding.
Okay, so the reason this is important, Bill, you were with me yesterday when we were talking to the state of Florida because they have just started to require these English language proficiency tests at way stations for commercial truck drivers. This after the Indian driver who didn't speak any English killed 3 people in April.
And you were curious kind of how those English tests work. I think you said it's 16 different questions also involving road signs. But yeah, Florida bringing the hammer down. You just heard Sean Duffy say there, if you don't get up to par with this, we're gonna start removing some of your federal funding. And they announced yesterday they're turning all of their way stations and agriculture checkpoints into federal immigration enforcement. So any of these like illegal immigrant drivers who are out there with IDs from different states, there's a lot of way stations in the state of Florida, and they might start getting caught up soon.
So Sean Duffy just announcing that, and we'll see, no doubt there'll be more. And I don't know if he will be at the cabinet.
So, evidently they missed that one at the way station. Yeah. My God. You have to wonder what our country's doing. But I want to show you this one deal here, one last one. We got weather coming down at us, so it's there's no audio to this. I'll just play it, and here we go. And what's happening right here, these are young Muslim men, I assume Islamists, maybe terrorists, that they beat up on this dude. Here you go. Now that video is going viral on X. You'll see it posted again and again. So I got a lot of stuff here that I probably shouldn't show, and I'm thinking about it, but we may do it again at some point. The point I wanted to make tonight is we need to finish the job. And getting rid of the IRGC and giving the Iranians a chance at freedom. We have to make sure that happens. Even if we stop military actions, there are things we can do and things the Iranian can do, especially since they have no banking system now. The currency has gone to hell. There is no food. And water is scarce because of mismanagement of all the dams and river systems. They're in dire straits. And that includes the IRGC and the fat-ass mullahs that wants their IRGC cohorts to go out and die for them over their religious fanaticism. We got to make sure these people don't survive. I'm not talking about the Iranian people. I'm talking about the lunatics that just want war and death. And that's what they preach. You have to go after them all. And I assume that the Iranians are ready to do just that. When they get the chance, when the IRGC falls, they are coming after them. They are coming after them. There won't be any of them left. That's what I'm saying. But I'll post some of this other stuff on Facebook that I think should happen. That's the truth. I will comment on this last guy here. Talarico says there are 6 genders. Says white guys have a greater responsibility to love trans kids. Well, I'll tell you about trans kids. I feel sorry for them because they were talked into mutilating their bodies by a teacher, maybe even by a parent that wanted a son instead of a daughter, or a daughter instead of a son. They're putting them through hell when they do this. And any parent or teacher or doctor that does this is going to fry in hell. Is what's going to happen. If you believe in God and a just God. I'm saying. With that, we got the rain coming down on us, thunderstorms and everything else. Pray for those little Iranian girls that had to go home because of a lying Australia prime minister, president, whatever they call them. Like I said, you want to watch something that you know is only up and up, 2CTV, TBN. Oh, I do want to mention, too, about the people working the airports. I just went through an airport this weekend coming back from Colorado. And, yeah, I went through the TSA pretty quick. But we understand there are places, Houston, New Orleans. I don't blame them for not showing up to work. They're not being paid. Now, they know they're going to get back pay. They know that. But it makes it tough to survive if you maybe living from week to week. I don't know what a TSA agent in the airport makes. But if they have a union, it's a shitty one. But they can't afford to fire all these people. All they can do now is beg them to come in. And whose fault is that? Who decided they wanted to shut down the government? It'd be the asshole Chuck Schumer and the Democratic Party, who are just crazy, rat shit crazy over Donald Trump and his successes. They're trying to undermine our troops. They're trying to undermine our economy. They're doing everything they can to cause chaos and heartache for our people here in the United States. And in Texas, we don't put up with this bullshit. Not like they do in California, where the gas prices are higher than hell. And some people have reported $7 a gallon gas. Now, who the hell would do that? Oh, I know, Gavin Newsom. Because they pay more than anybody. But then again, they keep re-electing them. They keep re-electing them. They're out of their fucking minds. Hello, Carrie. How you doing? So, let's hope and pray that the latest Khamenei, the supreme little leader, is in a coma, lost a leg, and is dying. And like I said, the Iranian people now, the RGC is lashing out. They're shooting at them again. And the hospitals will only treat wounded IRGC soldiers, not anybody else. Everybody else is on their own. Go get you a Band-Aid. And finish the job, everybody. Finish the job. Pass the work. Pass the word. Finish the frickin' job. And like and share if you like this content. Have a good day, everybody. I'm out of here. Bye-bye.